Hey everyone, Space here. The other day I made a raw, basically unedited video about my thoughts on Anthem Overload. Someone who for the longest time was my best friend. I realized after I uploaded that video that I didn't really make an explanation of what actually went down and how I even became friends with him in the first place. So I'm going to in this video. I met Anthem back in 2021 to 2022 after my friend RC met him after he got done with one of his streams and introduced me to him. I realized how much I actually had in common with him, including the fact that we both left the Undertale community to join the Friday Night Funkin' community around the same time. He genuinely seemed like such a funny and cool dude. I know now, I was wrong. When Anthem first got cancelled way back in 2021, 2022, I defended him because I thought he was just being a stupid teenager at the time, and that's what teenagers do. They do stupid things. But I still thought what he did was wrong. But I wanted to at least help him not make the same mistakes again. A couple of months went by, and the Silly Spaghetti Cave was made. I didn't join the server until a couple months later, as when the server was made, I still didn't know him that well. That being said, I genuinely had the time of my life in that server. I made some amazing friends there, and it felt more like a family than a server. This then leads me to Casper. Casper was also in the cave for the longest time and was kind of like the jester of the server, I guess, is the best way I can put it. None of us knew Casper was lying about their age at the time, which he already apologized for, and I have since forgiven him. Anthem would always be very weird around him in calls, and even when we didn't know that Casper was lying about their age, it was still pretty weird. Little did I know, what was actually happening was way worse than I ever expected. Anthem would privately sext Casper and say very disgusting things in his DMs. Casper, of course, then left the cave and eventually made a doc on him. At this point, this is where Anthem shows his true colors on manipulation, ignorancy, and douchey behavior. Anthem stated to the cave that all of the messages in Casper's docs were out of context jokes, and it got to the point where he started calling Casper Voldemort in calls. Casper, if you are watching this, I am genuinely so sorry for one, not listening to you sooner, and two, treating you like shit behind your back. Ever since we started talking again, you have been nothing but a genuine great friend and a fun person to hang out with as well. I will only be talking about Casper's doc in this video, but there are so many more victims of Anthem's actions that I will link below, but do be warned, there will be mentions of grooming, fetishes, and more despicable things. This then leads to almost a month ago, where one of Anthem's best friends, CJ, cuts him off as he finds out more about what Anthem has done. I then join a call in my friend Nebi's server, and I'm given a short explanation of what happened. Words couldn't describe how hurt I was. It felt like I was actually just stabbed through the heart. But it didn't stop there, because as I was in the VC, more and more things were coming out, which then led to me outright just leaving the cave with no explanation, because I was shown who Anthem as a person really was. My friend Blue then made a post about what had recently gone down and how he felt on Twitter. This tweet blew up, and more people found out who Anthem really was. But I think what broke me the most were people who once hated us were now giving us support, knowing how the cave was lied to for so many years, because all Anthem cared about was his stupid reputation. Anthem then made a video on his second channel, which is now deleted, explaining how he wasn't a pedophile/groomer, and telling the cave that he loved us. But not once, not even once, did he explain the things with Casper at all. Not to mention his fucking crocodile tears in the video. That was the final straw for me. It showed what Sage's intentions were. Sage, if you are watching this, which I know you are since you seem to not want to get off the internet, for the love of God, get help. Leave the internet and never come back. You keep saying that your haters are your gumball to their Rob, but in reality, you are the Magalore to our Kirby. A liar, a manipulator, and a groomer. Please, if you haven't already and you are a victim, speak up about Anthem. More people need to know how much of a danger he is to others. And Sage, just for the record, go fuck yourself.